If I want to say to my husband or partner, significant other, babe, I'm going away for a couple of weeks, or I'm going to do a course.
Where?
Across the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind even telling you where with who, but it's just I don't want the thing where it's like on me. Like, I don't like that. I need
Okay,
to
so your
like
man comes to you and says, babe, I'm off for a couple of weeks.
See you later. Honestly, see you later. I swear. Like, that's my ideal relationship.
That's yours, but
I mean,
ideal we know, you know, I know, unfortunately.
All right, your man says...
Not me, no, not me.
But, all right, so you spoke about long-term relationships, right? Do you think that men and women generally nowadays are cut out for something long-term in this generation? Long-term. Because your marriage says, till death do us, long-term, till death do us part. Do you think, even yourself, do you think you're cut out for a long-term relationship?
I do now. Not always.
I definitely am.
You think you could be with one person from this age to the rest of your days, to the dying days?
I do not want to keep looking in this pool, searching in this pool, talking to people. Like, I've been in a relationship for like 7 years. It was fine. Like, I never thought about needing to be with anyone else. What else is still out there? Like, while the relationship was going good, I wouldn't
be like that. I would still think, you know, because I'm that way. I would still think about other things, you know. But I know I can be with somebody for a long time, but only if I don't feel suffocated. Yeah. You know, and to me,
what makes you feel suffocated? What does that mean?
Somebody, you know, that's why, like, for me personally, how I am, I really need like an element of like freedom to be like, freedom is important. It's one of my like core values.
What does that look like, freedom? Because
if I want to say to my husband or partner, significant other, babe, I'm going away for a couple of weeks, or I'm going to do a course.
Where?
Across the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind even telling you where with who, but it's just I don't want the thing where it's like on me. Like, I don't like that. I need to
so your
like
man comes to you and says, babe, I'm off for a couple of weeks.
See you later. Honestly, see you later. I swear. Like, that's my ideal relationship.
That's yours, but we know, you know, I know, unfortunately.
All right, your man says...
Not me, no, not me. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying, like, I know there's loads of women, like, come on, like, even Dave, one of Dave's recent songs, he says that his woman doesn't want him to go out and have a good time without me.
He wants her to be needy or something like that.
No, that's what he's saying. That's what she wants. Like, how come I can't go out without and have a good time without you? And some women, they do. They want to be with their man all the time. Like, if he's going out, I'm coming. Like, what do you mean you're coming? Like, so,
is that how you are?
No. So I don't know if I'd go as far as Andrea is saying he can just go on holiday and I wouldn't ask him questions where you going.
I don't mind where you're going. Like, ask me questions, but like, just I like that thing of being able to each bring something back. Because my worst thing is like being in a relationship with somebody and every day you sit on the same couch, you watch the same TV, you go to bed. No one's bringing anything fresh.
You want something different.
If I'm going away to the Himalayas for a retreat for a couple of weeks, let me go, come back and tell you something about what I've learned. I like that. You know, I don't want ever to feel like our lives are set.
So you want tied independence?
Yes. I did say it was oxymoronic. No, it will work. Absolutely.
Well, the thing
in your head it may.
I think it does work. Absolutely. Why not?
Exactly.
Tell me one good reason.
Especially if a man also wants that for himself and and also wants that for his woman as well, then it's not a problem.
No problem.
So it definitely can work.
It's about the two people being of the same mindset.
I've seen.
So you reminded me of something actually. So when I was on ZZ Mills, I said people need to tailor make their relationships. Yeah. So this is what. So one of the reason why I propose this contract is because it's a tailor-made thing. Like, no one can, when we talk about the perfect...
It's just so masculine.
Right, but when we talk about the perfect relationship, right, there is none. You have to make the perfect relationship for yourself and your partners, however way we tailor make it. So what you're saying basically now is, I'm agreeing with you, by the way, saying that the two people that are in the relationship have to tailor make it to suit their needs.
Yes, but the thing for me is I just don't think that can be written down at one
But it
time.
must be. It must be to some degree. Because then you're committed to it.
No, but you commit to one another.
Yes.
You don't commit to a set of actions like some robots.
Yeah, like, because that
You
could
commit-
change.
yeah,
like,
people
like,
change.
like, we might make the contract now, and then in 2 years' time, we have children.
Then
The
that's
contract
true
needs to look
That's
different.
in the contract.
But what, when we,
That's in
we'll
the
have
contract.
children
See,
in the
do
future,
you know
and then
what?
we'll
It's so
change
funny
it.
because it's like what
That's
you're
in the
doing
contract.
it's actually quite fear-based, because the true commitment is not being able to adhere to a set of rules. That's easy. Anyone can do that if they put their mind to it, because it's clear and it's there. The true commitment is two people. I'm committing to you even though I don't know what you're going to be like in 10 years' time. That's commitment. Not saying this is what it's going to be.
And how has that worked out so far?
Well, I don't know.
It hasn't worked out very well. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that you're making assumptions on the work that all these people have done. For what I believe, most people who are in these marriages that aren't doing particularly well, they're getting into things without any of this. They're not even really
They're not
considering
thinking, you're
it.
saying.
Yeah.
People are just getting into
They're
marriages
just doing
willy-nilly.
it, and they're not really considering these things. And I do believe that it's important to do so. But the manner in which you do it, you can't focus on these things as if that is what brings you some sort of safety. There is no safety. It's an illusion. You marry somebody and you're just here for the ride. You just have to go by, I'm committing to this person.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But with everything in our lives, we have insurance. House insurance, car insurance.
But what would the insurance
Why
be?
wouldn't you have some
What's the
kind of
insurance that you can get out?
What would the insurance
No, but
be?
I'm saying, whatever you're asking me, and I'm saying the two people that are coming together need to make it themselves and say, you know what, actually, if this happens, what's going to happen if that happens,
I like
actually?
that.
Hang on, but if that happens, you two come together and make your contract, and it is specific to you.
I'm not against what you're saying. I think it could have some real life utility, but I don't think that you could use it as like everything. You have to also allow for grace and like understanding that you are still a human being. How do you define that?
Why do you need to write that down? I just don't understand why you have to write that down. I don't understand.
It's not working.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, I just think if you talk to someone and you get to know them and you ask the right questions, like it's very important when you're meeting someone, ask them the questions. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want? How do you see a relationship? What do you think is important? What are you just talk, and then you just get to know, like, okay, we're on the same page. We've discussed it. We both want kids. We both want a relationship that allows freedom. You don't have to write it down on paper. And then as things are going along, if someone's not doing what you thought the vision was, then you address that, and you'd have to have a conversation and say, has things changed for you?
He'd be pulling up the contract like, in clause number 2.
Last year you wrote this, but you could be like, have things changed for you? Like, what's going on with you? Do you know what I mean? And have you changed? You now want something different. Like, you don't have to write it down in a piece of paper.
Yeah, we don't. This is very emotional talk right now.
Because relationships and love for me is not a business.
Relationships are a business.
No,
of course they're a business.
Not for me.
They're a business transaction.
Completely.
Not completely.
Yeah, exactly. So
but the thing is, men see the practical side.
They are in La La Land. I don't know who said that, but
you were saying earlier on.
I need to do.
I see a couple of comments.
You were saying, as a matter of fact, Adonis, let's get to some comments.
Yeah, please, Phil, let's go.
Let's imagine your guest is with a man.
What does that say? The UK Economist. Thank you very much for the for the £10 donation. It says, let's imagine your guest is with a man who earns significantly more, and there's something going on the screen, and would need a wife who can do the household chores that doesn't something balance is needed. I can't read it because there's something on the side of the screen.
What's it? Read it on there.
Oh, hang on. Let me read it on there. Let's imagine your guest is with a man who earns significantly more and is the breadwinner. Wouldn't he need a wife who can do the household chores and doesn't just leave for weeks?
Oh, honestly, get made.
Balance
if
is
he
needed.
earns so much more, then why is he concerned about that? I feel like I don't even want to address things like that because it's starting to go into stupidity. I can sense it. Do you know what I mean? Talking about wife and...
I mean, the thing is, but for me, if you just look at that question, that is they're two people. So the man, he wants a housewife. That's what he wants. So therefore, he needs to find a woman who wants to be a housewife. Then they will be compatible. Right. I don't want to be a housewife.
You don't want to be?
No, I don't care how much money my man has. I don't care if he's rich. I don't want to be in the house with nothing, no hobbies, no job, no nothing, and I just do housework. No. So therefore...
Is that why you're single?
What do you mean, is that why I'm single? Is that what men
Just
want?
asking the question.
Is that, I didn't think that's what all men want. Like, they just want a woman to be a housewife and be in the house. Like, what do you mean?
I'm asking if that's why you're single.
No, this is not 1940.
Mm.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Andrea, two people are doing...
Hang on, I'll read it from Andrea. If two people are doing individual things, they are not in a relationship.
Are they conjoined twins? Or what? How can you, like, this is where it's like, okay, you're just as delusional, because what makes you think it's healthy or exciting or sexy for you to be up under your man constantly?
Yeah.
That's not the kind of woman that most men actually want to be.
I thought it's very important for men and women to have their own things. Like, one of the first things I would say to anyone I was giving relationship advice to, and especially anyone younger than me, I would say to them, when you get in a relationship, do not lose who you are. Do not lose the things that you're interested in, the dreams that you have, just because you're now in a relationship and everything has to be about that other person.
It's ridiculous.
Why
People
wouldn't
like that, they say things like that, but then what they're looking for isn't an actual counterpart of a woman that they really esteem. They're looking for like a little sidekick. So when people believe things like that, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. But for the woman that you think is A1, that's not how you feel.